Hey.
In it.
That's better. That's better.
It's better. It's better.
Better. Healthy.
What it does, what's good, what's going on, people? My name is C.
And my name is Notion. What up?
My name is Dan.
And welcome to episode 59 of Bad Habits of Podcast. We are back after a full month.
Back.
Whoops. Wrong one.
Building.
Dickhead, it's been that long. I forgot
also,
where
applause
these
is worthy.
You think so?
Welcome back. For everybody else,
Welcome back, guys. Well,
everybody else that had a break from us, a well-deserved break, because we, just annoy everybody when we talk. So it's it's good to have everyone back on the circuit.
It is. I just opened up this thing. It literally exploded all over me. Pause. Like
fantastic.
I can't believe that just happened. Yeah. I'm actually saturated. Like it's just like a soda, like the houseplants. Shouts to fucking Seth Rogen. Fucking
Seth Rogues
covering me with fucking jizz. I'm gonna have to wash my hands because
I bet she's gonna love that.
Oh,
make this a clip and we'll just add him on Instagram. He'll love it.
Yeah. So what's going on with y'all? Everyone good after the? Sorry, I'm just gonna keep cleaning while I'm talking because this shit actually went all over the computer as well.
Sticky mess.
Fucking hell. Should have opened it beforehand. Lesson learned. Yeah, man.
That's
so
okay, mate.
It's been a minute. I'm just gonna go wash my hands because I'm actually covered in stuff. Can y'all just say how y'all doing?
Sticky stuff.
Yeah, I'll be back in a sec.
Mate, Dan.
Yes,
Dan,
sir.
how's that? How's the old Montreal up there, mate? What have you been doing since we left the beautiful people out there? What have you been up to? What have you been saying?
We've been doing working, a lot of work. We watched the Euros, obviously. Big things in the Euros. England got to the final.
Big things. Oh,
we lost.
We'll touch on that later.
Yeah. Headie want to release music. Drake released
happy
music.
days.
So it's been great, It's been. How are you? How have you been?
It's been enjoying your summer, mate. Mate, same. It's hot as balls. Just sweaty situation. Back on the work ting, just mixing, making beats, riding a bike. Had a couple crashes, got a GoPro, started filming my rides. Yep. So mostly good stuff. Just a couple crashes on the muddy things, but we've been fucking just keeping it healthy and balanced. It's been good to have a break. Missed listening to all the music, so it's good to cram it all back in my fucking head top. So it's good, man. There's a couple of good surprises.
There's a lot of good music.
See, Feezy's all refreshed.
Yes,
yep, I got the lemon houseplant off me for the most part, so that was good. But I must have dropped the can or something. But yeah, man. Yeah, everything's been good. It's been really nice to have a break. It was went from doing 4 lives a week to literally none. Both podcasts are on like the little summer break. I only did 1 live on Instagram, and it was just nice to be. I don't know. It takes it out of you to be.
You feel rejuvenated after the rest?
I definitely do. Not yes and no. Yes,
appreciate
it's great
the break.
Yeah, I appreciate the break. I'm happy to be back. Yes, life is insane.
I love it.
Like, we can barely keep up with anything that we're doing. It's like it's fully consistently treading water. It's like annoying, but having this break was really good, I think. Also, and that's why also people will probably notice we're going to still drop these episodes. We're actually recording this on Sunday, and it's going to drop on Monday at the normal time that we normally go live. That's true. Well, they're going to notice that there's no comments.
That's very true.
And we're not doing the lives.
Also,
and also, well, yeah, exactly. It's a couple hours earlier. So we decided we just wanted to move away from the lives for now and test it out, since we've only ever done this podcast live. I think from the very beginning, it's the only way we did it, and that was because it started in quarantine, and now it's literally not quarantine. It kind of makes no sense to continue to do it that way. So we're like, all right, let's try this out. Record it the day before, see how we feel. Gives us a bit more flexibility with our life. We can just sort of like, yo, this time we can change it up. Doesn't affect y'all, which is cool. I do miss the I like the comments and all that immediate feedback.
Love a couple comments.
Cool. But we'll test it out and see how we feel. See what the people like and don't like, and
see how she goes, mate.
Go from there. So, obviously, the time we fucking take 4 weeks off, it was actually supposed to be 2, Then we would have gone back for 1 week and then had to take another week off because it was Tiff's birthday and also the anniversary of our father's passing. So that day is like our main day of the year where we try to do as minimal things as possible.
Trying to spend too much on that day.
Yeah, so we made sure we weren't going to do the podcast that day. So we thought, well, okay, well, instead of, coming back for 1 week and then taking a week off or whatever, we just like, fuck it, let's just make it 4 weeks even and, give people a break. So, of course, like I said, with taking 4 weeks off, we've had 2 rappers pass away. A trillion albums and singles released. We're going to go through some of them.
Touch on as much as we can.
Yeah, Versus has been announced. Versus has went down. Award shows, beefs. It's interesting times, So
you take a month off and all of a sudden, bam.
Right? It's like fucking hell. Of course, it had to happen as soon as we took a break.
It's been some pretty juicy shit happened in the last couple of weeks. So it's been wow. There's been jaw-dropping moments and some pretty wow videos from some artists. Some pretty interesting collaborations. Some great albums. Some shit albums. It's been quite good actually.
It's been pretty hectic. So with that said, I guess we should start with music.
Yes.
Fucking do it.
So what we noted down was just a bunch of the highlights that had been released over the past 4 weeks, as well as the stuff that dropped this weekend. Mm-hmm. So I guess we could just do it like normal and just run through some of the faves from start with the older stuff first, maybe like the stuff from the past that you just really liked, and then any faves from this week. Yeah,
we could more go more into detail with the ones that you like, especially because there's a lot.
Okay.
As opposed to just brushing over literally like 50 songs, we could literally just us three just discuss, go into more detail as we go through. Because I'll go through my favorites and we just discuss how we feel about.
Or should we just start from the top of the list and just like if anyone has something, we just talk about it. That type of thing. That's what you're suggesting.
That works. Yeah.
All right. Well, we have everything separated: videos, albums, and singles. So, with that said, I guess videos are at the top. Let's start with the Tyler stuff. So Tyler, they did his album Rollout, of course, when we were off.
It feels so long ago.
I couldn't. Yeah.
It does feel like a young.
When was it? 2 weeks ago, probably, right?
Yeah.
Fucking. Yeah. So he dropped a whole bunch of really intense videos that were pretty. What was the album called?
Call Me If You Get Lost.
Call Me If You Get Lost. So we dropped these really weird videos that were like 2 minutes long, but like high production value that had like some pretty serious locations and extras and stuff, and the
CG and blue screen and all the good tricks.
Like that were in Europe and everything, and just intense videos. He did a really good job. It was just arty, really cool. The songs are great, and he's back to rapping again. I guess we might as well touch on that album while we're talking about the videos. But the album is great too. He said he wanted to show people he could still rap because I guess the last one he sung essentially the whole thing. So this was him showing everybody he can still rap. I mean, y'all fuck with it?
I love it. It's great. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorite Tyler albums.
A lot of crazy samples.
It's great, yeah. The sample's great. The features are really good as well. Like, just off like the face of it, I didn't think I'd like the features, but like, there's features from Pharrell, Lil Uzi Vert, what's his name? NBA Youngboy, and they're all really good features. Like, they're great. Like, all of them worked really well. Like, I'm a big fan of the album. I really liked it.
Yeah. No, you fuck with that?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, everything, the beats, I watched a small video on YouTube that was talking about the samples that he used. He literally sampled like H-Town on one song. He sampled Gravediggers on another song. He sampled some really well-known, Gravediggers aren't really that well-known from RZA's little side project. But yeah, like he sampled some really obscure shit. Some really soulful stuff, some really underground stuff, and it's made it work. The beats are really unique, and it kind of like had a different kind of energy about it. The videos were exceptional. Like I said, high quality production. They got high fashion all over it, and their locations were crazy. Consistency through all those videos. It's very interesting to have an album where it has 2 songs that are fucking 8 minutes and 9 minutes respectively, and then everything else is like 2 minutes and change.
Yeah.
Or sometimes short of 2 minutes, and that's very interesting because just kind of leaves you waiting for more, and like it's a little more impactful. It's such a interesting creative choice to have such a short song when he's so fucking dope and He makes all the beats. He has a big hand in the mixing and the mastering. So I just like that he's all into it. He's into fashion. He's into skincare. He's into fucking all that sort of shit. Favorite line from that one, I know you rocked this one. I think you tweeted it, see. Too much self-respect or wash my hands before I piss. That's like one of the best lines of 2021, I swear to God.
I don't think I did.
Name something better.
To wash my hands before I piss?
It's so much self-respect. I wash my hands before I piss.
That's a bar.
That's fucking, that resonates. That's hilarious. I love that. Resonates on multiple levels. It's funny because it's A, good hygiene, and B, it's just like a whole bunch of self-love tunnel. And it's fucking funny as shit. So I just enjoy everything about what he's doing and how he rolled it out. So it's a must listen.
I also
got some crazy bars in there. So
yeah.
Honestly, I fuck. It's a great tip for the kids.
Yeah, so you wanna make them feel a little filthy. Was there any other videos that you guys really?
Because it's clean before you touched it, right? So you can make sure you wash your hands to touch your clean cock, and then you wash off a little bit of cock juice, which is not much really that bad after
just
all.
Just a little touch of cock.
Just a little sprinkle of cock juice.
Just a little bit.
Is there any other videos?
It's summer, so the humidity, anyway.
Oh yeah, it's ball soup in here. It's ball soup.
Yeah, it's ball soup every day, buddy. 85% humidity, miss me with that, and it's happening. Here we are. Yeah, global warming. What up?
Hasn't been fun. Were there other videos you guys really liked and wanted to just sort of touch on? Because I'm scanning through this, and there's a couple things that were cool.
Headie 1 pound signs. I want to know what Notion thinks. He sent me a snap of him listening to it and rapping along to it. I think he really knows it.
The video production and the quality is so good from Headie and that team, and everything. Even when it doesn't feature, I don't know who they're using, whether it's different production companies, but it's really, really good visuals. It's like low-key movies. They're in a fucking jail and shit. That was really cool. So can't hate on the hustle at all. There's occasionally sick bars in there, but he mumbles way too hard. I can't stand it. And so I can picture him recording, right? And he probably records like this, whatever. But when he's always on the TV, his mug's like he barely moves his mouth, so it makes it even more mumbly. It's just hard to hear what the cunt says. So I'm coming around, but
slowly. You'll be there. You'll be there. You'll be a stand soon.
It's a long corner, mate. Holding it wide, all right? Don't worry.
Another thing that I really liked, the Unknown T Goodums colours. It was really good. I really like Unknown T.
What's that? Yeah, that was cool.
Got some bars.
He just got bars. Just a gangster, just doing his thing. Loves fashion. Loves being a fucking gangster as well. Just sick. He's one of the best in the UK. He's great. And the colours thing was amazing as well. Good visuals.
Yeah, colours is always fire usually.
Great, yeah, it was amazing. Amazing stuff.
The Vic Mensa freestyle on LA Leakers was
LA Leakers?
Yeah. It was 10 minutes over Nas's lack, and it was, because Vic is hit and miss, and that was alright, you can rap.
It was long. He sounded like he was out of breath, or he's done a bunch of shows. He sounded raspy and he felt like he was pushing a lot, and only a certain amount was coming out. I felt for him. It was hard to listen to, but he had some great fucking bars in there.
Yeah. I was really impressed. I didn't watch, there's a Vince Staples one you put here as well. I didn't watch that.
That was fire too.
I
dare say that was probably better.
Not surprised. Vince is probably more consistent like that.
Yeah, super cool because it has it's like an interview as well.
Included
at the start of the interview for ages because Vic doesn't talk much. He just goes straight into the bars because he's focused and he's got his glasses on. He's probably reading off an iPad or something because he's got so many fucking bars to say. And that's what I would do too. But Vince is just different. Just kind of really intelligent conversation. Then he comes out with some firebombs. So pretty cool.
Yeah, I love that. And obviously the craziest video I was going to say of the last 4 weeks was the Lil Nas X and Jack Harlow Industry Baby.
Struth. I watched that earlier today. My goodness, mate.
Yeah, what'd you think?
Hilarious. The cunt's he loves it, and it's just it's just oh wow.
He's leaning into the LGBT.
He's just throwing it to the wall, mate.
How'd you feel about it?
I don't know.
He's hilarious. He's just a big troll. It's just so funny.
I got a question.
He's just saying fuck you to everyone, mate.
I have a question. No.
Why are you gay?
Let me ask it again.
Why are you gay?
He wants to know.
I don't have the answer. Only that bloke does. But
that's true.
And most of the blokes in the video, other than possibly Jack Harlow, because he was making a statement by having the yell in the jail cell.
Yeah, it almost seemed like
quite a racy video. If I didn't see the video, I probably wouldn't have minded the song. But it's an unlikely collaboration. Didn't expect to see it, and here we are talking about it.
It doesn't make a lot of sense. Well, on paper it doesn't make sense, but Jack's been doing more poppy shit, and obviously
lots of features.
Lots of features, and he wants to get that audience, so he knows that Nas X has that. You know,
I mean, he's gonna the amount of money he's gonna make from that shit is gonna be stupid.
Yeah,
he might be pissed off when he's like 40, but right now he's having a great time.
His bars were tight. It did seem he was very much flex. I mean, it wasn't out of. The funny thing was, when you look at it after seeing all this gay shit the whole time, and then all of a sudden this dude, he's like immediately, like you said, there with a girl in the jail cell and talking about putting tan in her ass and all this stuff. It felt like, all right, bro, okay, we get it. You're not gay. It's okay. Like, we don't think you're gay. Is it like it felt like that?
Gotcha.
I saw a tweet and Jack Harlow was saying it wasn't his idea to make that like music video. He literally just did what Lil Nas X wanted him to do.
Yes, and he said he would have been
part
in
of
the
feature
contract, but he said he would have been in the gay shower scene if they asked him to. So obviously that's what he said. Yeah. But that's obviously a troll to get attention. I imagine, because I know that people will talk about that and whatever.
Yeah,
but
it was interesting. Wow,
it was high.
So that gives you any video ideas for Relentless? Does it see or?
Yeah, I mean, I already had the gay jail idea, so that's out now. But I'm gonna have to.
You can't use that. Yeah, no, sorry, that was a good draft though.
I'll think of something else. But hey man, respect to them both.
Light up.
Get the money. That song was catchy. It's a little weird, but it was catchy. It sticks in your head. So.
Yeah, the song by itself was cool. I think saw it without the video. Listened to it without the video would have been a lot different.
Yeah. Definitely.
Sometimes it can just really sway a team.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, they've got enough opportunities, I think, to get people listening as well as watching. So it's not going to completely ruin it for those who might be. I don't know, but he talks about being gay in the chorus or whatever. So I think. I don't know, if you're homophobic, you're not really going to be a fan either way.
Yeah.
What else? So was there any other videos? Yeah, it does.
Yeah, there's two that I had to brush right over.
Sorry.
The Snoh Aalegra
I was just going to talk about the
super
album.
dope, sexy tune.
Yeah.
I guess so. That was just the video section. So that and the Isaiah Rashad headshots. We did talk about that at some point, maybe last episode. Anyway, that's dope as always, and just like really nice visuals, nice circular imagery and symmetry and stuff like that. Really fucking cool. Bangs with Isaiah. I like obviously T.D.E. and Ali mixes his shit, so I listen to it because it's exceptional. Sounds like the way he's mixed it sounds like fucking Kendrick's records.
Interesting. I wonder how the album's going to be.
Like the way the vocals sit and shit and the beats and everything. So I heard it on the Big Dogs today. I was like, nice. Yeah,
love it. I think his album. I think it comes either this weekend or the next, if I'm not mistaken. So that's definitely on the way. So with that, then with albums, was there any albums that stood out over the? There's a whole bunch of these I didn't even get to. Now I'm looking at it.
There's a few good ones.
Yeah.
I'll start off with.
I actually put Isaiah's album down as if it was coming out. I thought it was. So
Dave was telling me about the album.
Sorry?
Dave was telling me about Isaiah's album. I was really looking forward to it.
Yes. David Bob was excited about it. Yeah. What's some albums you guys fuck with? We talked about Tyler already, so that was fast.
I don't know about fuck with, but the Pop Smoke Faith one, I feel like that needs to be discussed.
I listened to that today.
It's very.
I mean,
I don't know. It's not. I didn't like it.
Why?
It's just not what Pop Smoke would have wanted. If he was alive, he would never have made the album. With all those features, with all feature with Dua Lipa, like all the poppy stuff, all the.
That was a weird choice.
It was just a weird choice of features, like the Kanye West feature, which wasn't really a feature, it was just him speaking. It was just a lot of weird songs on that tape, and I know if he was alive, he wouldn't have wanted that at all. Like, so I was quite disappointed. I feel like it's just quite a money grab from his team.
And then doing
like the features were mismatched or whatever. It's like there's forced features.
Yeah, really forced.
Yeah, that's a shame.
The whole tape just didn't really make sense.
I don't think really any of the songs, or hardly any of the songs, had those features on there, because only like once or twice did he refer to the other person in his verses. Like there's like the feature, like Kanye pushes on there, 21 Savage. He did mention 21 Savage though in that song, I think.
Oh.
So I think that was
Not many were planned.
It's not about planned, as in that they did it after the fact. So maybe he had these half-finished
Oh, I
songs,
see.
and they were like, okay, well, he didn't do a second verse of this, so let's get Rick Ross on it or whatever. And
Yeah.
they're all saying rest in peace on it, which means they did it after.
As a favour.
Yeah, like Rick.
Or maybe
Rick
not
Ross,
favour, but
whatever. They were asked by the estate to do it and whatever. So it did that. Like, I don't know his music. I'm not like super familiar, so I can't really comment how he is with that shit. But I think that sounds about right. That it's probably. I didn't hate it though. Like, it's like he's growing on me. What he's been doing. I appreciate it a lot more. I didn't like it at first, but I appreciate it now. And it was cool, but I could tell even from the other stuff it was pretty different. And
It was very different.
Didn't really.
It's like that's like it's probably the only Pop Smoke tape I haven't got downloaded. Like I can download. It's like terrible compared to what he actually would want.
Yeah. So that one was cool. I like the rum.gold. I don't know if we talked about him before. It's just like sort of
That was mad chill.
producer dude called Thicker Than Water. He's from like Brooklyn or something. Yeah, it was sick. As his first like full length things, like 10 songs. Just nice guitar music. Wicked voice, soulful
clean house music.
Yeah, exactly. Super chill.
Smash
Really
to
impressed.
it.
Yeah, 100%. Smash to it, whatever. It's I know we bumped that a lot. That one was really cool.
Speaking of Smash 2, you could
Yeah.
is it Maeta Habits album?
I think that's how you pronounce it. Maeta.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah, you could definitely. That's very soothing. You could root to that for sure. She has a song with Katra, which is dope. A bunch of other great production. Very chill, kind of loungy, but kind of housey. Hip hop drums, so it kind of knocks in a nice chill way. So that was really good. I want to go back around that. I kind of like skimmed through it because I wanted to make sure I heard all this shit. rum.gold was Fire Bombs. What else was cool?
I like the Evidence Unlearning Volume 1. That was cool.
Yeah, like only heard like 2-3 tracks. I know that's
It's
really
totally
bad of me,
no
but
shit.
Evidence is he's really dark and just good beats, good rhymes. You got to be in the mood for it sometimes. I felt
It's pretty
like
slow.
usually I'm cool with it, but it's exactly right. Mr. Slow Flow, tempos are really melancholy. That's definitely a moody kind of vibe, but I definitely get to that. Because I'm pretty sure Alchemist and him do all the fucking other beats.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Is it
I'm
all
not sure for
Alchemist?
this one, but I think they would definitely had some good features on
Because
there too.
they definitely just romance on everything, so
Yeah.
that's always a good collabo time.
Yeah, that shit was cool. I mean, the Snoh Aalegra album, Temporary Highs and the Violets, guys, she is obviously amazing. Now, this one, did you guys
Yep.
hear that?
No.
I only heard the 2 tracks.
Okay, so the
That's the
single,
first
the one
track.
that you talked about, last one, phenomenal. Video, amazing. There's
Amazing.
another single
Love it.
that we talked about a few weeks ago. That's on the album. I forgot the song. It was towards the end.
Oh, okay.
Dying for Your Love. So that was cool, but the whole album, I listened to it because obviously she's one of my faves. So, I listened to it, I don't know, 3-4 times. It's cool, but I thought that about her last album, and then it hit me about how dope it was. So this one is quite different to her other shit, and it hasn't hit me yet. When it hits, but
Yeah.
she got
Interesting.
Tyler on 2 songs, which is cool.
Yeah.
A couple of runs.
Um,
Yeah, that's cool.
So I think I just need to sit
So
with
that-
it a bit, but it's definitely like it's like you say, cleaning the house / smashing whatever type of or working to. I like working to all this type of music because it's just like chill
Mhm.
and it just
It's
allows
in the
you
back.
to-
Yeah, it's not intrusive. It doesn't like fuck with your thoughts if you have to think about focus on something. It's
Yeah.
like singing's not really fast. It's kind of like more the melody.
At least hers is for sure. So I'm gonna keep checking it out because I'm sure it'll hit me. I'm not ready for it yet. I like projects like that anyway. It's more fun that way.
Fucking oath.
What else we digging? What else you guys like?
I listened to the Currency. Welcome to Jet Live Recordings too.
How was
I
that?
banged the Currency. Overall, it was good. Probably like a one-time listen, but it was something to smoke to, something to put on a barbecue. If you have some friends in the backyard having a couple cold ones, that'll be okay. Beats were cool. Beats were mellow. It's like I said, you can smoke to it. It's very chill. Nothing really too bad, but like honestly, it was real chill. Beats usually are crazy, so that was cool because I skipped through that, and then
Did y'all check one I really liked? Charlotte Day Wilson did an album called Alpha. She's Canadian.
No,
I'm
I
not
didn't catch
sure.
that.
I imagine she's from Toronto. She's a white chick doing like soul R&B. When I was a Juno judge, she was in the category for that. And
That's
there was
crazy.
one song that she released that we talked about, I don't know, like a month ago, that's on this project, and I was like, with Sid from the internet. This is so fire. It's such that's movie. The cover's movie on that.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
yeah. Oh, you don't get that on Spotify.
No, we don't get that on Spotify.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The cover moves on that. That's what you get when you get Apple stuff, not Android uses stuff. But yeah, it's good. That's great.
At least you're consistent with that. But no, the album's great. Once
B-Fuzz.
again, total vibe. I want to go back and check it again, but I really enjoyed that one. That was a slapper. Yeah, because they're all. She must be from Toronto then. But yeah, Canadian stuff. That was super cool. The other one that I liked a lot was I still miss. These are all the older stuff, by the way. Vince Staples dropped a self-titled album. I don't know if it was a collection of singles or an actual album, but it was just cool because I never liked his music before. I always thought he was weird and abstract, like Sweatshirt, because I know they're mates. But this was cool. I like this one. It's short and sharp. Was that 10 tracks? Perfect. Yeah, nice, easy, little quick thing, just dropping some joints. So I thought that one was pretty fire. Of the stuff that was released this week now, I listened to the Pop Smoke deluxe version of the album came out. This obviously you might as well talk about the one that you're loving from this thing.
Oh, Dave, we're all alone in this together.
Yes,
that is one of my favorite albums to have come out within this whole break period. I think.
Yeah,
it's one of the.
That's fair.
He is honestly, it's so difficult for me to like. He's just so good. He's literally 22, 23 years old, and he is literally. I put him up there with the likes of Stormzy, Skepta. Like I feel like it's honestly just between him and Stormzy who's going to go down as the UK GOAT. Like I don't see any reason why he can't just keep on getting better and better. Like his music is ridiculous. He's so talented. So I like this tape as well. It's great. It's I wouldn't say it's as good as Stormzy's. What's the one that Stormzy released?
Heavy as the Head.
Heavy as the Head. That's it. Yeah, not as good as that, but it's up there with some of the greatest things I've ever listened to come out of the UK. So like it's great. Like he's just so good. So good. The single that came out with Stormzy, Clash is a great song with Snoh, Aalegra, WizKid. So he's got loads of different vibes as well.
Do you know what I liked on what it got? Like the WizKid joint is like a political joint.
Yeah,
like it could have been just some little poppy dance song, but he said some real shit. It's called System. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was super impressed. Like you went and got the biggest dude out of he's Nigerian, correct?
I believe he's Nigerian.
I think so. Arguably one of the biggest artists worldwide in Africa. Nigeria, cool. And then you did a song about politics, which as opposed to something else, I thought that was just like a good look. Yeah, he could have done that, but he didn't. I thought that was gangster. That was cool because you have to do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good album. It's super introspective. It's like very slow, and you got to really listen.
Yeah.
To appreciate it. There's obviously a joint that the Stormzy joint's a bit of a slapper, weird flows, but like.
I'm going to like it a lot more now.
Same.
Like it's really
First heard it, I was like, I don't know about this. But the video was cool.
The video was
pretty drippy too.
It's got like a posse cut with Fredo, Meeks. I think his name is Meeks Manny, Giggs, and Gets.
Okay.
All really good. Like Giggs and Gets absolutely kill it. Like it's insane. It's 7 minutes long. And, it's just amazing. And, a couple like really long ones. Well, the song with James Blake was 8 minutes, and the song with Heart Attack was just 9 minutes 56.
Yeah,
but both like really good. They're amazing. So like that's my favorite of the tunes that were released very recently as well.
I didn't get through everything this week. There wasn't as many crazy albums, but the one with the best album title of the last 4 weeks was this chick named Ebony. I believe she might be from Toronto too. She did like an EP called Good Dick and Weed. I was like, that's
perfect.
You know, it's an anthem for the ladies. You know, like.
You know.
And I think it was 5 or 6 tracks. It's cool. I heard a bunch of their stuff
10
before.
tracks.
10 tracks. Oh, it was an album. I'm sorry. I listened to it. I didn't remember, but yeah, she was cool. She got a cool voice. She kind of raps a little too. Like it's kind of like this midway thing. But
She's Canadian.
yeah, she's from. I believe she's from Toronto. Yeah. So she's doing pretty cool. That was fire. Amelia Rojas has been dropping these 4-pack Fridays, volume 2 now with like 4 songs, obviously, and it's all cool. He's talking
That's
about all this
crazy.
money he's getting, and I don't know if he's just like being a rapper or because he hadn't really been making music. He's not big enough to be talking.
Are you
about
getting
making
money, Emilio? Are you really
Yeah,
getting
just like
money?
I'm just curious now. I'm like, he's talking about getting millions, and I know that he obviously raps, but he's not big enough to get millions.
Maybe he's a crypto kind of guy.
Yeah, maybe he's making something else. Now I just need to know. I
Maybe
want to know
he's,
the hustle.
got some Venezuelan connections.
It's just mine. Was there
You
any
never
other
know.
albums that you boys wanted to talk about from that, or
Uh,
will we move on to the singles?
Didn't catch the new one, so I got nothing there. And I pretty much the Isaiah Rashad album, "The House Is Burning," was Firebombs.
It's not out, is it?
Well, it's in the list,
Yeah, it's in the list, but I wrote it
and I
down.
listened to. There's a bunch of like songs I listened to, so maybe it was just a rabbit hole from YouTube.
I
so.
think I actually got excited and wrote it down. Like, that's what I think was my problem. I was a dickhead.
It's out.
It is out?
So there's been like two songs.
Oh
or,
no, only a few songs.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
it's-
so it's,
Yeah.
yeah.
okay.
So the 2 songs that I heard were great.
What You
And-
Said and Headshots.
Headshot, What You Said, Language.
Okay, there you go. So it's in 3. All right, so it's coming soon. I got excited because I thought it was coming before, and I took it out, but the Kanye West album was supposed to drop on Friday, so I had that in here, and when it didn't drop, I took it out.
But that'll be something we can
get into that
discuss
shortly.
Yeah.
So as far as the singles, yeah, man, tell me what you guys fucked with over the last bit. There wasn't really many. I didn't write all the singles down because it would have taken me so long, and I was like, fuck it, if there's anything that I just really liked, I wrote that down, and then the rest I just wrote down all the new shit that dropped this week. Anything you boys liked?
What I really liked was the Smiley and Drake over the top.
Yeah, that was an interesting
It
one.
was.
They didn't do a video.
What the fuck is Smiley doing though?
I
Drake was cool with
know.
it.
I know.
Drake embarrassed
No,
him.
I know you're.
I know.
Lawyer.
So he's one of those
Lawyer.
dudes. I guess we got to, unless there's some history that we don't know, like, or he's just a different type of artist. But like, Drake embarrassed him so bad on that song. Like he had this weird, I don't know, maybe it's just not for me or something, and I hadn't heard of this dude. He just seems like one of those Toronto dudes who kind of like knows Drake enough to get put on or something like that and get him on a feature.
That didn't happen. Sound like that.
Yeah, sometimes it's seems like a miracle, but maybe he does have that. But you mentioned the other one was the line of the break or potentially the year. So Drake had a line. Drake over the top lyrics. I just want to quote it properly. Like we pulled it up so many times. It was so fucking good. It's a really weirdly structured song.
Very.
They stay in. Maybe I have to say the 2 bars before it. And you got to picture the flow. Drake's flow the whole time essentially was the same rhyming pattern the whole time. And it was just so effortless and so in the pocket. I was so impressed with the flow. And it was like I saw people talk about this. That Drake has normal people problems. So like you got to hear the 4 bars. He's like, anyone else would retire, but I'm not content. I want to bury these N-words like 20 feet down so no one can find them again. It's got to be scary to witness me carry these N-words around in both of my hands. They stay inviting me ever. They say they got bitches. I get there and then it's just them. And I was like, that is the greatest shit. Particularly the last line. They say they got bitches. I get there and then it's just them. Isn't that the funniest shit ever? You could just picture Drake pulling up at some friend's house.
Yeah.
And there's no, and they say, yeah, man, come
Ain't
through,
no
we got
birds.
chicks. And it's just like a
No
bunch
birds.
of dudes sitting around drinking. Like, I don't know why. Just that whole imagery is just so hilarious to me. And I did see people tweeting about it, saying that like they loved it.
That's the movie.
Yeah, man. I just thought that was the sickest line of the whole thing. It's just the way he said it, and he seemed like perturbed in his
It was just
voice.
annoying
Like,
because he just ended his whole verse on that.
that was the last.
That was the last
of
part
that
of the
verse.
verse. It was just like,
It was brilliant. I was very impressed with that.
it's great.
So shouts to Clarke for killing that one. What else did you guys?
Drizzle.
What else you guys digging of all the joints here?
The
I like the Santino the
The Ma-
Saint. Dopamine.
Oh.
That during the break. That was really
That
cool.
was fire, actually.
And while we're there as well, Brent Fires did a song featuring Drake called Wasting Time.
God, that was
really
long
cool.
ago.
That was cool too, yeah.
That was really good. I actually like that song.
Yeah, Brent was awesome.
Good R&B shit.
Yeah.
Good shit.
The Brady Watt West
about to
Side
say
Gun premiere Narcissist song, that was dope. Dig that heavy. I've seen Brady a lot doing those things on IG where he's like playing classic shit, just jamming the fuck out.
Who is he?
Really
Is he a rapper,
enthusiastic,
right?
really passionate. He's a bass player.
Oh, okay.
And he's a sick, and I'm pretty sure he like plays drums and shit, makes beats, all that sort of shit. But he's primarily a bass player, and came out on Instagram doing like, you know, he'd been up with like, you know, fucking Billy Dance, and then do a fucking MOP song and play the bass line from.
Oh, that guy! I've fucking seen his
that
videos.
guy.
Yeah.
Of course you have it. Did sing with Redman or whatever.
Yeah,
Play some classic shit with some local legends. He's New York, but and he's just I'm smashed. Here we go. I'm not smashed. I'm tired. I've been riding in the sunshine, and I'm fatigued from the UV.
It's all good, my G.
Also,
Don't even sweat it.
screaming at psychos on the beach.
Oh, we can talk about
That's
that
another
later,
story.
if you like.
Good times. But yeah, no, Brady White is fantastic. He's fucking remixing all sorts of shit, and got known really well on Instagram quite quickly. I thought it was sick as fuck, so I was all over that because Premier shared him like yonks ago. I was like,
Okay.
and then he started flipping like shit with Drag On and like also all kinds of cool cunts.
You know what? I like that. That's
So-
dope. What else did y'all dig from the new stuff? I'm looking through. I feel like nothing new was like
the Mahalia.
Yeah, that was cool.
Mahalia, Whenever You're Ready.
Yeah.
Joint, that was cool.
Nice.
That was just quality. Great video. Just overall good, nice. Good, nice.
Good, nice.
It's very
nice.
good. It's good, good, very. Okay,
Yeah.
so then what else we got? Fuck.
The Russ.
My notes. My notes are.
Yeah, Russ is
limited.
the Smash song.
Yeah, the fucking lover.
Oh, I didn't get to this. Did you guys listen to the BJ Chicago Kid and Lucky
Yeah.
Day song?
Yeah, it was
Make
cool.
you feel good? Tell me about it. Talk to me.
Just real smooth. It's definitely like a fucking joint again. Lots of.
I missed the
sex
last
music.
4 or 5 on the last 2 lists.
That's so good.
Pissed me off. Did a good job, but still.
Yeah, that was a great one. Obviously, those two were phenomenal, so I was super excited for that. No, that was great.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that one. The other one that was cool is Dave East and Harry Fraud. I think they're doing a project together, and it was featuring Benny the Butcher called Uncle Rick. That was cool. So it's I think Harry Fraud is the new Apollo Brown right now. I mean, he's been around probably for longer, but he's doing the same thing. I feel like he's just going and doing an album. He did The Currency. He did 2 albums with Currency. He did Benny the Plugs I Met too. I'm just talking in the last few months. What else did he do? I feel like there's another 1 or 2 that I'm missing, so maybe he's done an album for Dave East. Now, I think as a producer, it's so smart, bro. Like, the Apollo Brown method and him now doing this, it's just, like, so ill.
Yeah.
So smart. And just linking with somebody, knocking it out, and you can, as the producer, you can work on, like, 2, 3 of those at the same time. Because all you gotta do is, like, fix it up, you know what I mean? Like, boom, boom, boom. It's
Love
great.
it.
Yeah,
We shouldn't tell them about the Notion project coming up.
I was going to say
a certain someone from the States, but we can talk about that at some point later on.
I was just thinking, if you think time right now, if you want.
Time right now.
Right now.
Right this second.
Oh, because that's basically, unless
right.
anyone else wants to talk about any other singles, I'm pretty good.
I'm good with the...
You know,
Yeah, pretty much
Mayo
got me
dropped some,
covered.
Mary J. Blige dropped some. Like, that's cool, man. There's a bunch of great music in the last 4 weeks, and we're
Really
pretty
good
blessed,
music.
but there's some good stuff coming up.
Especially this week, it's great.
Yeah, once we
Amazing stuff.
touch on the topics, which we'll talk about in a sec. But so yeah, no, just tell them about like what you've started. You've been working on this project with a close friend of ours for the last, on and off for the last maybe year.
It's a little while, yeah. All of a sudden came a little more around the corner. So one of our friends live in poetry, Poe from Oakland. We met him, 2010, 2011, 08. Oh, of course. Yeah, so I know. We've been talking about doing some music and shit, and he listened to my beat piece. Like, I want some beats, I want some shit. I sent him the link, and he was like, "What the fuck?" And he picked like a whole bunch. He's like, "I want this, want this, want this." And then so it ended up being like fucking 8 beats that he really loved, and that he could actually like do some crazy shit on. So then we just decided to do a fucking album. So that's
I
short
think it
and
got
sweet.
bigger from there. Like, I think he only wanted a few songs
now-
initially, and then it turned into like even more. And he was like getting more and more excited as he went. And he was like,
Yeah,
"This is
this-
exactly the sound I've been looking for." like my whole life. I need this shit.
It's quite crazy. We're saying some wild stuff. So like,
Yeah.
there was a bunch of Russ that he sent. You know, both of us, and it just seems like a nice marriage on the beats because he's picked kind of similar beats. To be honest, like they all have a similar sort of like feel. I was quite impressed. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing that and quarterbacking that whole project with him. You know, you and I are going to be guest emceeing on it a couple of times, so that's going to be cool. And yeah, man, just like quarterbacking a whole project is really fun. Like I recently helped Smokewell complete his producer album, which will be coming out soon. What was the name of that, actually?
Northern Lights, I believe.
Northern Lights, that's the one. Bang, I was going to go to my files, but thank you so much. So Northern Lights is on the way. That was really fucking fun. There's like 17 joints right there.
All Canadian rappers, yeah.
All Canadian rappers, big lineup there. There's a whole bunch of Juno MCs and just legends all around.
And us, you know, we got a couple slappers.
Oh man, you know,
the
of course. What's a producer album without a couple of sick cunts from Australia? Hey,
that's what I'm saying,
hey.
Technically, we're Canadian.
So yeah.
Too, so you know.
Well, you know, Jules sick cunts.
That's what I'm saying. Jules sick cunts.
There you go.
That's the big album title. Jules.
We could do that. Oh, it's an EP. And we'll just change the spelling and make sure like people mispronounce it, but still say it. You know. So
no, I love it. I think it's really dope that you're doing this for Poe. So people, if you don't know, I did an album with Poe in 2018. It dropped. We did it from 2016 to 2018. We worked on it slowly. It was all produced by
Called Bad Habits as well.
Exactly. That's I totally forgot. There, that album, that single of that album is why we kept the name of this podcast. It just fit. So it was cool to see that kind of come full circle. This is the first project that you've ever produced for anybody, and I think that's
fully.
The opportunity came up. I know you're really busy. It's not something that you'd always jumped at, but it worked out really like organically. And because he is one of the most elite rappers both of us know as far as skill set.
Facts.
Yeah, he's really going to come through. So everything, he's losing his mind over how happy he is with the beats.
Yeah, man.
He's about to elevate his platform. He's doing, I don't want to say it because I don't think they've announced it yet, but he's doing co-hosting a podcast with a very large, legendary rapper who's a good friend of his. So who also may or may not be on this project. I imagine so because they're working together. And he asked permission to rap on your beats, which I thought was really cool.
That was the best text I've seen in a minute.
Yeah, which is very cool. So, you know, keep an eye out for that. And then obviously me and you are going to do an album and we'll be producing all of that too. So
yeah, so I got some heaters in the tuck, you know.
Yeah,
I
think it's cool though.
For the fam.
Yeah, of course, right? You gotta put them fire away. But I think it's even cooler that you're doing this stuff with Poe first to kind of, I don't know, like doing this. I can imagine from a producer's perspective is like a different challenge than, you know, me and you as MCs putting together an album. Like obviously, I only work with one producer per album now. I've done that for my last album was 2014 solo album, and then even before that, Steps to the Peak with Dr. Mad. Can you see it behind me? Yeah, the yellow one behind me is like that was one producer. Then I did the album with all different producers. Then every single project I've ever done since then, I did Be Better with 76, an EP. Bad Habits with Poe. I did the project with Smokewell, what the fuck's it called? By Toxic City, all with him. So like everything I've done is just all been one producer, and I find it's such a dope way to work, and I don't want to ever work any other way for a long form project. So I think it's cool for you to step back and yes, you'll be rapping on it, but you're putting it together with a complete like producer approach. You're not approaching.
That's gonna be fun, man. Because it's like full flex, and then adapt the beats a little more, have a little more freedom to do whatever the fuck. Like Poe's picked some pretty diverse beats, some things I didn't think he would have picked. But when you hear them together, like what he's sent us as roughs, it's like, oh fuck, this is really gonna work. Yeah. So I'm gonna have some fun adding to the skeletons that I've got of the beats that he's rapped on and stuff like that, and that I've given him so far. So like, yeah, it's gonna be fucking sick, dude. So I'm down to do that with anybody that wants to fucking get busy. Like,
I wouldn't say anybody, but I'd say if it works, yeah.
Well, not anybody, but it's like as long as the anybody, you know, as long as the energy's right and the match is proper, and you know, the work ethic and the hustle's there, and the check is got to be obviously there too. So like, you know, ready to rock.
You're in a really good position because you can also mix and master it, so you're like a one-stop top to bottom.
That's what I'm saying.
And you also don't use samples that need clearing anymore. So it's like
Exactly.
a whole, they could actually a whole thing that they can that the rapper can therefore monetize, or both of you can work together to monetize it, because it's like it's not just like you send them the beats and you take some money, like, all right, peace, but you work with them and like produce it, which is cool, rather than just like.
Then I'll take your fucking photo afterwards, mate.
Oh yeah, that too. Look at that, do the cover art. Wow, what can't this guy do? What can't he do?
Do you know what I mean? Like front, back cover, front, back, Shad to Shad.
Hey.
You know?
Hey, man, I don't even know that. So with that said, so that's the music. That was a solid 45 minutes just on music right there.
That was good.
Now, all the shit that happened, a bunch of stuff happened over the last month. I bet I didn't even like write down a fraction of it. So maybe we'll touch on just these things, and if there's anything else that we want to jump on, we can do it. So the two terrible things that happened: Gifted Gab from Black Delicious passed away at 50 years old. He was an extremely talented dude. I don't think I ever saw Black Delicious live, but there's an arrow. I think it was called Broken Arrow. It was my favorite album of theirs. He was just like a full, super talented, one of the rapidy rappers. Like he was fucking fire. I can't remember what it was. I don't think it was COVID or anything, but it was like
it said natural causes.
Natural causes. So I think he had some heart or kidney.
He had kidney failure.
Kidney, that's what it was. So he had some fucked up shit. So people were pretty, that was pretty fucked up. And I know he might not have done as much recently, but he's been around forever. And I think he's from the Bay, if I'm not mistaken, too. So I think a lot of people out there were pretty fucked up by it all. The other person that passed away, which I think was just last week, was Biz Markie.
Yeah.
I don't know how old he was, but I think he had
57, 58.
Let's see, that's checking.
Isn't that old?
He was born 96 or 57.
57, you're right. So did it say how he passed? Because that's pretty fucked up. I know there were rumors that he passed a little while ago because he was in hospital. I think was it diabetes related? Maybe that's
I think it was that. I think
that's
I
what
read
I'm
it online.
confusing.
I think
Okay.
it was.
So it's kind of fucked up, man. People keep talking about rappers need a union or a pension plan or something. Like there's a lot of people Black Rob. Like how many? Even just remember we did 3 episodes week to week. It was DMX, Black Rob, and Shock G.
Yes.
So like 3 episodes back to back. That's fucked up. And then now this. So 2 alone in 4 weeks we took off. No, was it 4 weeks we took off? Or is this the 4th week back? No, we only took 3 weeks off.
Yeah, this is the 4th week. So we were back on the 4th week.
Okay, so in that time, say call it a month to be fair.
Yeah. like
2 more rappers passed. Like, I mean, come on, man. Like, it's pretty wild. So, fuck. I hope. I don't know what it is. If it's an epidemic of some sort or what the deal is, but I don't know. It's not positive anyway. So rest in peace.
Not
to
positive at all.
legends, you know.
Rest in peace, indeed.
What else happened? So we had a versus. It was Soulja Boy and Bow Wow.
That was actually quite hilarious.
I watched like 20 minutes of it.
I saw little bits on Twitter. I didn't actually watch it. Like
Snippet thing.
I don't think
They were just
anyone
clowning
cared,
each other.
literally that was all it was. Just clowning each other.
Just like, they were both just ripping each other. They were both, Soulja Boy saying I did everything first, and Bow Wow was just like dancing and
no, he was saying shit too. I think he was kind of like, what you know about this? Like, I was making, you were doing that and I was making feature films, blah, blah, blah. So I think he was like, it's like he was trying so hard to let everyone know how successful he is or was or whatever.
So yeah, it's like trying to get the cocks out and like.
It's pretty funny, man. But it was interesting because of their banter and stuff. And I think they brought some cool people out. I think they brought out like a Marion. I can't remember who did it. There was some interesting people out there, so I thought that was pretty cool. That was funny anyway. The next one that they announced though was the Lox and Dipset, which I think is on Tuesday. Oh yeah, let's give it a little. Let's give this one a little. What are we gonna give it? We're gonna give it maybe a bit of that. And I think it's on a Tuesday. August the 3rd. There you go. Tuesday, August 3rd. I saw people pretty pissed about that because they were like, I'm going to turn up to that. And who's turning up on a Tuesday? But then they were like, well, everyone's out. Now everything's open in most places. Everyone's not going to be home. That's why even Versus is moving to something. That's why we've been moving away from doing the lives. Just because, people are out doing stuff now. Like the lives kept us moving there. So I think that's why they did it on like a Tuesday when people are home. So I'm looking forward to that. So the real question is, 2 questions. 1, do you think it's a good matchup? And 2, who you got? It's probably.
I mean, it's the best matchup you can think of if you're talking about groups from the same place, but Dipset gonna fucking destroy.
That was my thinking too. Are you into either of them?
I know Jadakiss.
Okay.
And I know Dipset because of my older brother, but I don't know.
Like the songs.
Yeah,
Okay. So
I know who they are.
I
think
can't
it'll
wait,
be
to be
funny.
honest. I'm genuinely
Yeah.
pumped. It's going to be funny as fuck. They're both going to be like thugged out. It's going to be hilarious. There's going to be Timberlands everywhere.
yeah,
It'll be
so many
fucking
do-rags.
Rolled up
3X.
Jeans on the one side. It's 3X tees, exactly. 2 rags and
Bandanas.
bandanas.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a good
Hilarious.
one though. This one's gonna be fun. So hang on, what date is it today? Is it this coming Tuesday?
No.
No, the following.
The following? I don't know what fucking date it is. So that's dope.
25th, I was.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's after that. All right, so it's going to be a good one. So keep an eye out for that shit. I think that's super exciting. The BET Awards went down a couple weeks ago, I think. I'm not going to lie, didn't pay attention.
Didn't
Oh,
watch it,
wait.
don't
I got
remember.
too excited. There was another Versus that happened. It was Keith Sweat and Bobby Brown.
Yes.
They announced that last minute.
Oh,
So sorry.
yeah, I saw the next day the snippy of that. That was actually looked okay.
So we
Yeah.
were in Toronto. We were in Toronto?
Yeah, we were.
Mans was trying to dance the whole time.
In Toronto, that's what I thought. So that was pretty cool. They were funny.
It was good.
Keith was kind of
really liked
clowning him. Bobby looks terrible, as you would think.
Yeah.
But Bobby was playing some
Yeah.
new edition songs, which I don't know if that because I think Keith Sweat might have been in the group, but he wrote for a lot of people, so he was playing that stuff as well. That was a lot of fun though. They were just like sweaty old men, and Keith looked good though. He looked fit.
Yeah, he really did.
Yeah, to be honest, I'd probably heard all 3 Keith Sweat songs ever. I was never being a fan. Not like I disliked him. I just never got into his stuff, so I wasn't familiar. But the Bobby stuff when he was playing like My Prerogative, Every Little Step, and all that type of joints, like he did hit me off the new edition joint, which was my fucking jam back in the day.
Big
So
tune.
it was like super cool. So I really enjoyed that one. That was fun. That was a good one, and I didn't like did it out of nowhere. It was on the weekend. We were in Toronto on Canada Day weekend, so it was July 1st. It was around then. It was cool. Really enjoyed that one. That was dope. And back to it. Sorry, BET Awards. I don't know. Is there anything to?
I didn't know
Comment
much
on?
about it other than Tyler's performance, which was great.
Which was cool. That was a good
Very
performance.
cool performance.
There's probably a bunch of good
Yeah.
performances. Really
Yeah, it's probably a
about
lot
it.
more, but I didn't really pay attention to it.
Same.
Maybe.
So that shit went down. Another thing that was kind of weird is Bill Cosby got out of jail.
Yeah.
They were trying
sus.
to, and they put someone in. What was the joke? The joke was like they wanted to get Britney out of the conservatorship or something. So they're like, the best we can do is let Cosby out of jail or something.
Oh, yeah.
The memes were pretty funny about it, but it was something to do with the technicality because the prosecutor promised that it, or signed a form or whatever that it had certain thing was going to happen, and it didn't happen that way, and then that was enough to get the thing overturned. And I saw someone, I don't know where I saw this, I forgot now, but somebody said the other day that he paid off the judge. I don't know if that's true or not, but
Wow.
it's just really weird. And then I imagine all
Very
of the women who were like, I listened to a podcast series about this shit. You just tell people are full of shit when people are accusing somebody. You just like, it happens a lot. You're just like, this kind of is fucking fun. Like, they are, I don't know, these women, there's too many of them with very similar stories and they seem very emotional about it for it not to be true. So this definitely is like a fucking travesty that he got out. I can only imagine. Imagine if someone did some fucked up shit like that to you and then they get out of jail. I don't know, that's terrible. So that was pretty bad. So I don't know, but there's still a lot of people saying he was kind of like framed and it was like a way to take down like a positive black role model. So I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. But anyway, that was interesting.
That's definitely some wild news, man. Fuck, didn't know how to take that one.
No, it was exactly super strange. But did we have anything else that maybe we missed by any chance, or
other than the Euros?
the soccer? Yeah, that was a
Soccer team, yeah.
how did that go for?
How long did it go for?
I think for like a month, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So it started before we.
It started before we went on a break. We didn't went on a break during the whole final. And
Yes,
then after
yes,
the
yes,
final,
yes. We actually watched that with you. I remember.
Yeah, we did.
Look at that.
June 11th to July 11th.
Sports team.
All right, so the sports team. So that was sports team. So that's all I can think of, or at least that we noted down, because every time something's like half decent happened, I just made sure I just kept a little bit of track of stuff over the last month, just in case. So the newest thing that Kanye West had an event on, what day is it now? It's Sunday. So sometime last week, he had an event in Las Vegas, say like Monday or Tuesday. And it was a listening event for his album. So they did the thing where they take your phone, they put them in those pouches, and you can't use it. So people were talking about all the songs. I've talked about him before with my friend Cam. He's a part of these like Discords and Reddit subs, or subreddits, subreddits that talk about all this stuff, and they're obsessed with the leaks from these albums. Like, he's made multiple Kanye, from all the cancelled Kanye albums, like, they have all the leaks. These people, some people get them, and they sell them, they do group buys, and then they launch them out into these Discord servers, which is kind of crazy.
Huh.
So they did a listening party in in Vegas. Then they did one in Atlanta on Thursday night from the Mercedes-Benz Center, which I believe is where we went to the football, and we saw the Falcons play in like
nice.
LA or whatever it was. So he did a thing where he did a listening party. It was literally just a football field with no goals, and it was all white on the ground, and then just him. He didn't say a word. And he was wearing the Gap jacket, the Gap Yeezy jacket, but this time in red because he had a blue and black one. And he had these new Yeezy boots that were fire, but the color was wacky. He had like the orange on them, which doesn't look good. And he's wearing the mask. So it's for his album called Donda, by the way. He's talked about for a year probably, named after his mum. And so they did the listening event, and everyone on Reddit were losing their shit. They were like, yo, this is like the guy. There's one dude that I read did like a real detailed breakdown of the Vegas stuff, all from memory. The names of the songs, the order, the features, everything. And
wow,
this dude was like, everyone was calling him a liar, but he's like, bro, no, he played a completely different album. So what he played in Atlanta was completely different to what he played in Vegas. And the big thing that happened was the one in Atlanta, there was a song with Jay-Z, which was pretty crazy. And the reason why I know this, I meant to say, they streamed it on Apple Music. They did like a live free streaming.
Right.
So I watched, that was on Thursday. So I watched that whole thing. It was really, really good. The album sounds pretty sick. There was the most notable thing about it. It's a little bit easy-ish, a little bit Life of Pablo, and most songs did not have drums. And people were joking. They were like, Kanye lost the drum machine in the divorce.
Wow.
So it was, usually his albums have some sort of sonic, calling card or feature, and that seemed to be it for this one. But now we don't know what's going to happen. And Jay said one of the lines that he had was like, this might be the return of the throne. So everyone's like losing their shit as if like maybe they'll do Watch the Throne 2, which would be pretty fucking crazy. Particularly seeing them come full circle, a bit of beefing and then coming back again. And everyone was saying all it took to get Jay and Kanye back together was a divorce. So it's lots of clowning the divorce. But and then the funniest part though, he's living in the stadium right now, finishing the album. And there was photos of him at a game. They played a baseball, some shit in that stadium, whatever it was. And there's photos of him wearing the exact same clothes, different shoes, but the same clothes. That photo, that one.
Wow.
What was playing? Was it soccer or something?
Atlanta.
Atlanta United, I guess. It's from some soccer game.
He's working that hard, eh?
And he's just like, he's wearing the same thing but different shoes.
Yeah.
Same red jacket, same red pants, everything, and just stand there in the aisle watching the game real quick.
Definitely.
So he's actually stayed in there. They've locked in. They got a personal chef bringing them food, and they're just finishing their album. So
that sounds proper.
Who could say that they sold out an arena like that, like a football arena? Obviously in Atlanta, it's like COVID didn't exist there, so there was no masks, no seat gaps or nothing. Sold it out within like a day or whatever, and you only had like 2 days notice. They had merch all made up. He didn't say a fucking word. He was just walking around, squatting, sometimes getting amped if he's more amped song. And then that's it. And he's wearing masks, so no one's seen his face. He hasn't said a single word the entire rollout.
Wow.
It's pretty impressive, yeah. Weird.
I don't even know what to say. That's the most artistic shit ever.
Seriously,
how the fuck? What the fuck?
But this thing is funny. He's just like, I want to stay in Atlanta.
I can't wait till like South Park give that a fucking run. That's going to be out of control.
I really hope they do.
You know, South Park don't have to touch that. They're probably like
Yes.
animating it right now.
I hope so. I don't know what their deal is. They ain't been around for a while. They ain't been
No.
dropping shit, which sucks. So
Yeah,
that's the coolest shit that's happened in the last week. And the other thing that you and I were talking about earlier. So I saw something on Twitter that Royce was talking shit about Lupe Fiasco. Royce 59 was talking about Lupe. And they both have a podcast together, which I listened to a bunch of the episodes. It's cool. They just argue a lot. Lupe's a dick for the most part. And Royce is just like aloof. It's weird. We got this other white dude being the moderator almost type of thing. And so this is what you asked me, how did it happen? So I saw Royce talking shit about Lupe like, I don't know, a week ago or something. And I was looking through, I was trying to find out, is he joking? Because it seemed a little harsh for whatever he said. And I was like, they got a podcast together. Like, the fuck, what's going on? So you sent me a diss track yesterday or the day before that Lupe did to Royce. And it was called like Steve Jobs or something.
Yeah.
And it says whatever, and I think it says Royce 59 diss in the title or whatever the fuck. Or I looked into it because you sent it to me, like, whoa, this is crazy. And I listened to it. It's like 7-minute diss. Does it have Steve Royce in the title? Oh, no, it doesn't. It's just called Steve Jobs SLR 3.5. I don't know what that means. So he's going hard at Royce, and I was like, what the fuck? And then in the YouTube suggestions, there was a song that's from Royce with a Lupe Fiasco diss. And I was like, what? So I found an article about it. So I was like, what the fuck is going on? And essentially there was a Instagram live with Royce, I think it was Murder Mook, and who's a battle rapper, and Young Guru, I believe. And they were like, Guru was like, yo, what's it going to, like, I guess I would just talk about battling. And Guru was like, yo, you and Lupe, give you 30 days to prepare. Like, would you do it? Would you do it? And Royce is like, I don't want to do that shit. Or they're trying like on URL or on Smack or something like that. And then Lupe joined the call, and he just was really like cocky. And they actually started like arguing a bit. Royce was like, you know, like he said something about like, don't even you want to come on a spar with the devil, like or with a demon. Don't even fucking try. Like, and Royce is like, yo, what the fuck are you talking? What do you say? He said, take the fucking bass out of your voice. I was like, oh, okay. He was serious. And I was like, okay, this is pretty for real. And then Lupe just hung up and left the call. Like, they talked for longer than that, for like, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes or something. And then Lupe just left. And then Royce was like, man, this motherfucker, come on, who the fuck do you think you're talking? He just kept saying it. I was like, oh, he's pissed, eh? So everyone on the thing is saying that it's a friendly feud.
Right.
So I don't, and you know, both songs
Pretty
were lengthy.
crazy, man.
Yeah, like Lupe was shitting on him.
They can both rap their fucking asses off, like Jesus.
But even to the point of saying like, oh, if you freestyled, you could do this, because Royce is famously, I think we've even talked about it here before.
He doesn't do it, he can't do it. He's like,
And like, he was even, they were saying really harsh stuff. So I was
really
like,
harsh stuff.
I want to know more. I want to see if the podcast, I was actually meant to check. If the podcast,
I was literally sitting there like jaw dropped, listening to Lupe diss. I couldn't fucking believe it, dude.
What couldn't you believe? The quality of the raps, or the fact he was dissing Royce?
The fact that he was saying like, you know, it should have been you instead of Biz. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many really harsh.
I listened to it when I was like, oh, okay. I listened to it when I was making.
It's out of control. It's so disrespectful.
That the podcast is over.
He confirmed it a day ago. Wow, so they got real beef. Everyone keeps saying that. Okay, what did he say?
Because like Royce put that Lambda song out, right?
Yes. See, yeah,
I thought it was all friendly until I saw the Lupe, because I saw like, you know, somebody on Facebook post a fucking hell, the Lupe joint was so like, wow, what the fuck, are you serious? And I heard it in the morning. I was like,
how'd you,
dude,
you saw it on
I was like
Facebook.
Excited, like this is, yeah.
Okay.
And then it was linked to YouTube, but it was just a Facebook post. I couldn't fucking believe it. I was so hyped. I was like listening to like Ether and like Takeover and shit for the first time. I was like, oh my god, jaw dropping. Like, I couldn't believe Lupe was saying this shit, because you know how much we bangs on Royce.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, bro.
Can you
like,
read that up?
It really
just
like
found
sparked my excitement in hip hop. It was just like, oh shit, this is fucking heavyweights. I want to punch on, dude. This is out of control.
I wonder if it's still going to go. But he did say he
really
went on Instagram
He
Live.
went on Instagram Live, he said,
yeah.
so in response to some comments, he says, I'm not doing that anymore. So referring to the podcast. He goes, but again, it's not something that's all done out of ill will. This is something that's been kind of building on for a bit. And again, my heart wasn't in it 100% in the podcast anyway with Royce. Without Royce by myself on my own, he adds, so shout out anyone who tunes to the podcast, really appreciate it. But yeah, man, that's probably just an end of an era. And we're just kind of moving on to other things.
Okay. You could tell, to be honest, I never really vibed with the podcast. You could just tell he just wasn't into it. Like, you could tell he was just sort of like argumentative and stuff. Like, he was like a dick. I didn't really enjoy hearing their conversations because he was just kind of mean a lot of the time. And like,
who's mean?
Lupe. And really cocky, like really, really cocky. And I was like, I just always thought he was a dick on this podcast. And I don't know what's going on. I guess we probably listened to the last episode and you can see, but maybe they'll like talk about it. But it's like he didn't want a podcast, period. But I think they just got the bag because they had this the white dude. His name's Tom, and he's done media stuff, but he's from a company that produces everything. They get from the merch to the distribution of the podcast to the production, like all of that shit is taken care of. So all they had to do was turn up and get the money.
Right.
And they had this dude driving it. I bet his team would probably come up with the topics and blah, blah, blah. So you could kind of tell. But yeah, it's kind of weird if it like starts off as a bit of a joke and then like turned into actual diss songs. So I mean, like elite diss songs nonetheless. Like you said, it gets you excited about.
Pretty serious, yeah.
Thing, right? Which is cool.
Really crazy.
That was pretty interesting. That shit has only happened in the last few days, from what I can tell. This is actually pretty good. We've kind of covered all of this stuff from the last few weeks, and we're only like an hour and 6 minutes. It's not bad. Was there anything else that had happened that we wanted to touch on, like from the usual hip hop DX that you have, Nosh, or like any of that other shit?
Didn't have anything in the notes this time. I did have a check bit of that. Okay. No significant screenshots to report.
I did see that off that Dave and Stormzy song called Clash, Chip responded, and because I don't know if you all remember, but Stormzy and Chip had been going at Stormzy, hoping for a back and forth, and just kept going. And then Chip did, because they must have had some disses there in the song to him, so Chip did another diss back to him, which was pretty funny. That was something that probably happened 2 weeks ago.
Yes, yeah.
That was interesting.
But everyone's still a bit confused as to why Stormzy's like subliminally like dissing him.
But what do you think he was or not?
Yeah, I think so. Because it's like, it was pretty obvious. He said something like swung right round after his birthday, gave him a happy belated one. And he said, he's like, bailiff one. So he's like, come round to collect your debts and shit. So it's kind of obvious, I think, anyway.
Okay.
No, but I saw Dave caught some crossfire as well.
In Chip's thing?
In Chip's thing as well. Which
I guess that's part of the game.
It's part of the whole thing. But it's a bit weird. I don't really know his game plan, his approach, Stormzy anyway. So I feel like he kind of just looks. I think he kind of looks more silly than Chip does because
he's not saying nothing.
He's not saying anything. He acting like he doesn't care, but he does. That's why he's subliminally saying stuff. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I hope he says something because if Wiley can get the heat, I don't get why Chip can't.
Yeah, maybe it's part of the thing. It's just getting him more and more pissed and just not saying anything.
Yeah, true. It could be that.
Okay. That's pretty dope. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. I feel like I really wrote down anything of a note. I think anything else probably didn't even be worth talking about from the last little bit. But look at that. It took us an hour to catch you cunts up on a fucking month.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Do we want to do a quick what do you reckon off the dome to wrap it up then?
We could do a what do you reckon. I have a document here from Reddit and Overrated Underrated, which has a bunch of...
All right. Let's do like 3, and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay,
since we're so far ahead of the game.
Let's do
Reddit
this.
is like the biggest gold source of
amazing
content.
And it actually has people's results as well. Just like Google
from what people say.
From what people
All right,
say.
so they got 2 things over and under, then you've just been like, okay, well, pretty even. Some of these are like,
some of these are very
some
interesting.
Of these are very, very middle. All right,
okay, cool.
Pick 3 ones that are say totally random subjects. Overrated, underrated. I kind of like this more than.
Love it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
That's good all the time. We can always do what do you reckon too. Still got some questions in the tuck.
Yeah, I've still got exactly. We can switch it up, but I like that you've got this. We should actually put this in the note so that we can just always keep referring back to it because it looks like there's 8,000 fucking graphs on
loads of different graphs.
All right,
insane.
Flipping Loads,
random.
fam.
I know the last few times that we've done this, it's all been like intentional. Like maybe we've been talking about it, or it was stuff that you, Dan, personally had opinions on.
Yes.
But
No.
pick some. Oh, I was going to show this while you're looking for something.
Yeah, go on.
But
Go on.
Go on,
so
man.
we
Go
did
on.
yesterday. You know, we have people might know we have a craft beer podcast. We did a collab beer.
Oh,
Oh, look at that!
Fucking
Threw it at the
wow.
computer. Lucky it was empty. Called Hello Montreal with
what a
Overhop
beautiful can, man.
Brewery here. Yes, it's super dope. I just want to show you this because it was actually named after one of my songs with Dr. Mad from Steps to the Peak. Basically, it's a Overhopper a brewery. They're good friends of ours, Brazilians, who also immigrants, and it's
Hustle ting.
we wanted to do something dedicated to Montreal specifically, and it was the color. I guess it's also for audio. It's all different. It's like little squares of all different pink, yellow, orange, blue, green, red, and it's made after the Palais du Congrès here in Montreal, which is kind of like the building where they have like beer festivals and trade shows and stuff. And that's where we first met Overhop. We did the podcast with them there, so that's why it looked like that. Plus, this is an iconic Montreal location. It's a 7% New England IPA with, the hops we chose was Citra, Zythos, and Waiiti, which is Kiwi. I asked them to make one, like, I won't get too beer nerdy because this is a rap podcast, but we asked them to get into, to do something like Trillium, which is like a big New England brewery in Boston, and I wanted that style, and they really came through, man. It's a fantastic.
It's a tall order. Well done.
Yeah, so I'll send yours out soon, but really proud of it, and also it's named after, and I made a playlist. There should be, I'm sure there's the QR code on the can, but they've been promoting a playlist that we did. So I put a bunch of, obviously, all Montreal artists. So obviously,
That'll be a good listen,
we
man.
put a bunch of our own stuff on there, plus a bunch of faves. So fucking boom.
Yeah, the
get
can
that.
kind of looks like a stained glass window a bit.
It is. Have you seen? You've been.
The station?
Nah, it's not the station.
No.
Hang on, it is. It's Palais du Congrès station. Yeah, but it's like you won't see it in the train station. You have to go outside.
Huh.
So it's at Place d'Armes, in old, just part of Old Port, like just before it goes into Old Port. So you probably did back in the day. You'll know it if you see it.
Probably, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm keen to revisit it soon then.
Yeah, man. Very, very cool. All right, overrated, underrated. Let's do it.
Cool. So 1, in-person shopping. So not online.
Well, I guess it has its pros and cons. Probably overall, it's overrated.
Overall, it's overrated for sure.
I agree. I think it's overrated as well. I just think there's just no point unless you need something that day. Like that's the only reason I ever do something. Like I lost my.
Or there's
size.
certain things you can't get. Or
Yeah.
you want to support local business or particular local business. Then if I search for something on like Amazon whatever that I want, I'll see if I can get it at the bike shop, the hardware store, the place down the road, like Jim's fucking hardware store. Yeah, if I can get it around the corner first, then I'll save myself the 24 to 48 hours of shipping the Amazon Prime. If I can sort you out with.
Right.
Pack of cunts, but yeah,
I've had
try to shop local as much as possible.
Agreed. I've had to go to a couple malls recently or just places to shop, and I was like, this fucking sucks, man.
It does suck. Like when I broke my laptop and I had to go buy a new one. Like I didn't want to wait, so I just went down there in person. Just shit. I don't want to be downtown. No, I just want to go there.
Do you go to the mall? We went to the mall. I
I
been in
didn't
the mall
actually
in
go
like
to
a
the
year and a
mall. I
half.
didn't go to the mall.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Malls are a little strange.
It's not my thing.
Yeah,
Online shopping.
Yeah, same. Like, it's nice if you want to say try something on, and then you're like, alright, cool.
So I don't remember last time I went to a clothing store and tried something. No. I don't remember last time.
It's definitely not the vibe. I had to get this hair stuff I wanted, and it was a local company that Dave, our barber, told me about, but I didn't buy it from him. So I went to their website and went to order, but there was shipping. It wasn't free, and I was like, I only needed this one thing that was less than the free shipping level. And I was like, okay. Then I looked at where they stocked it. There's a place literally across the street that was closed today, but we had to go to a different, organic supermarket up the road, and they happened to be one of the stockers, so I ended up getting it there. Otherwise, and I went to Amazon, and Amazon didn't have that exact brand. So it worked out pretty cool, but that's the first time I've really like gone out of my way to buy something that isn't online.
Yeah.
It's funny because I would have avoided online previously, but now,
Oh, really?
yeah, just like particularly for clothes, I've had.
As long as you know your sizes, you fucking swoop.
Yeah.
Like,
If you know the brand, I guess as well.
Yeah,
That's
the
true.
brand does matter.
Yeah, I've had almost 100% strike rate of how they. I can't even think of having to send anything back.
Yeah, I
Did
don't
you
know
research
last time
then,
I
mate?
opened it.
Well, I've been going from like some like Adidas, and you just know the sizes.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So I'm like, okay, it's not
That's
gonna.
cool.
fuck
Like, I'm
up.
gonna probably go to like Foot Locker tomorrow or something because I just buy new slides.
Yeah,
But
because you
other
don't
than
want to
that-
wait for that.
Yeah, I don't want to wait for it, so I'm just gonna get it. But other than that, if it was something that I didn't need,
man, you need that.
I'll just go. I just wouldn't go, so I'll just stay home.
Yeah, which are the pandemic definitely changed shopping behaviors for sure.
For me,
True.
I think that's always been me.
And maybe your gen is more like that
Yeah. True.
because it wasn't a big thing like until 10 years ago. I mean, they did books. I used to order books off Amazon when it was just doing books back in the day. That was probably 15 years ago, 20 maybe. But like, it just wasn't a thing. It just really wasn't, and there's hardly any options. And sending things back was a nightmare. And I've ordered stuff before, and it's been too small in the past, and like too hard to send it back. So it's almost like I was always turned off it. But I think it's the world's got it right over the last maybe 5 years or so.
Yeah, I'd say so.
The app that's the best. I don't know if I talked about it here, but the Shop app from Shopify. It's the greatest thing in the world. It like combines, it basically like taps into
Word,
your
eh?
email, and if you've got any, if you have like any tracking emails with tracking numbers, say from Canada Post or UPS or something, it automatically pulls them into this app. So you've got all your packages in one place, or
Truth.
so like I sent you beers the other day. You could take that that tracking number, put it into the Shop app,
Put it in
and
there.
it'll just update.
It'll
You don't have to
notify
keep.
me when fucking boom.
That's what I do, and you can just list.
That
them,
was
so
easy.
you know, yeah, and it's the greatest thing in the world for me. So shouts out online
Beautiful.
shopping.
That sounds pretty sick. Pretty
Yeah, it's
sweet.
great.
Pretty sweet.
Next one, which I literally was in my head
It's a
and
big
I just
one.
forgotten it.
You're a big one.
YouTube React channels. Like you
Oh.
watching people react to other people
Oh.
videos and stuff.
Rated.
I say overrated too.
I say underrated.
So T-Rash. Could definitely like not even need that. Like the whole section.
I love React channels. They're sick. I think they're sick.
Do you know what? I think it depends what
You
it
watching
is.
watching the something, bro? Like, come on.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
100%.
Do you know why?
I just
One
don't
reason
understand it.
is if somebody is explaining a video that if you watch the original video,
You don't get.
you either won't get it and there's additional context,
That is valid.
if it's say like if you look, there's a bunch of YouTube drama stuff that we watch or that ends up being drama that wasn't intended that way. So then one person will do a video talking about it, and the next one will have that video playing like in the main screen is either in the bottom corner or whatever. You know how you can do the 2-in-2 screen, and they'll just talk through it and just keep pausing it, and they're like, well, yeah, but see, what he's missing is this. I'm like, okay, that's cool to see that. So I like it for that. But typically, like, do you need to see someone reacting to a music video or something?
No,
Like,
no. But like, I watched some and it's like reacting to top 10 most deadliest animals in the world, and it's like it's people watching that video and I'm watching them react to it.
Okay, so that's.
But I wouldn't. I think the music video
just
one's
fun.
kind of redundant because it's
Okay.
like I want to listen to the song, but it's like
So what's the best type of reaction videos? For say someone like Nosh who's like not fuck. I fuck with it a bit more than Nosh does, but
Mhm.
say Nosh who's not into it. What would you say he could watch that might make him appreciate it?
watch people react to.
Are you guys talking about reaction videos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, since I can't hear you, I have to listen to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
podcast.
Oh, yeah,
In this podcast, they're talking about reaction videos. And
No
that's
way.
Like the biggest thing.
Oh
on
really?
YouTube. And they were looking at this girl and they're like, we all need to start reaction videos. And he's fake trying to react to videos to see if they
Oh
work.
my god.
That's actually, then he said in the background,
my.
it's like,
That is-
it's
can
going
you hear
on.
that?
That's
Nosh?
mad.
Yes, I heard all that. Ridiculous.
Yeah, that means you can hear it. That's fucking
Because there's a chick,
crazy.
she has like 30 million subscribers and she reacts to just videos.
What's her
online.
name?
Like, literally, that's what I'm watching.
That is so
Reaction
funny.
Rude.
videos, just random shit. And they're like, well, how-
Reacting to her reacting.
Well, he's like, I'm gonna start a channel reacting to her reacting to videos.
See, that's funny.
But
That's it.
See, that's actually a piss
No, that's
take,
good.
but if it cuts to make
What?
money, then jeez, laughing to the bank with that one, literally.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Insane.
I guess you could file it next to watching people play video games type of thing. Like I think it's more just we're not used to it and it's weird. And once I don't know, I'm starting to understand it at least. Even if I don't like it, I kind of like get it to a degree. All right, boom. So we got that, and you obviously like it. Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah,
so that's good.
Great.
All right, slap us with one more, and then we'll put it to bed. Don't want to get people tired of us straight first thing back.
That's true. It's true.
One more. Drinking spirits.
Any specific fashion or just in general?
Shots.
Oh, shots overrated.
Shots
are
so overrated.
So overrated.
Fuck
Oh my
that.
god, I hate them so much. I hate them so much. There's nothing.
Yeah.
So like
Short and sweet. Nothing good about that.
So one thing, observation and then a question. When we first moved to Canada, what I noticed, and no, you haven't seen this because you haven't been to a fucking bar because you're here in a pandemic, but when we first moved here, everyone we went out with, it doesn't matter which group of friends, where we went, you go to a bar, you get a beer, and you get a shot of Jameson. All the time. They would actually have package deals at the bar where they would sell you a beer and a shot of Jameson. I never understood it.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Pint, whatever the fuck it is. So, like, that was always struck me as weird, and because I'm personally a lightweight, I never really appreciated that because it elongated how, or what's not the word? It got me fucked up too quick. Yeah, I couldn't find out my fucked upness enough. Second thing is, the other thing that people always do, they just like tequila shots and they'll order it around. And you're like, fucking hell. So, if you
put you over the edge so quick, man. Like, if you're pacing yourself and you're like, no, I'm gonna be good tonight. Fucking gotta go home and whatever, feed the kids or fucking feed the rabbit or some shit. And you come home smash. You don't feed the rabbit that lettuce. Comes a good piss, bro. You know.
I feel you. You just like if you've got it in your plans to be only a certain level of fucked up.
And so all of a sudden you're fucking trashed.
If someone tried to buy tequila shots, what do? Do you go, oh no, I'm good, or do you just go ahead and try to?
Always say no, I'm good.
It depends on what I'm doing after and who.
Okay.
Like if it's like I don't know. Let's say I go back to England and then they're just like, oh, we're going out for shots, which never happens. My friends don't go out drinking ever really. If they're like, okay, we're gonna get shots. If it's a case of just like, if it's like 11 p.m, I'm not doing anything, they say, I'm like, okay, cool. But if it's like, I don't know, 5 p.m. and they've randomly got shots, I'll be like, probably not, thank you. Like, so it's not my thing anymore. I don't like, even when I used to go to club with my friends and like, I've had too many bad experiences with like Ray Nephew and everything. I just stopped drinking shit like that, and I just drink shit like that, just around or something much nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
It is a lot. It's a bit too much. I don't want to vomit.
I feel like some people get peer pressure with shots too.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
I don't fall for that. If I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it.
You could also do the old like pivot behind over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's never that deep for me. For me, it's never.
Well,
I've
been
There's
around
no way to
people
be
who are,
like subtle about that.
So.
There's no way to be like,
well, if everyone else,
you gotta chuck it on a person or like onto a wall.
If everyone
and everyone's
else,
gonna hear the splash. And it's like, it's a stinging liquid.
Yeah,
that's a sticky sitch. I want to see you smoothly dash a fucking shot over your shoulder. I really genuinely can't wait to see that.
If you're sitting around and standing in a circle, like at a bar.
You're standing
and then
outside.
Everyone... No, let's say if you're inside. There's music playing and talking, right? You can't hear every single thing happening.
You sneaky little fuck.
And then you're like, all right, cheers, guys. If they say they really bust your balls, they're like, no, I'm good. Like, yeah, come on. Like, no, I'm not. Seriously, I'm all right. And they're like, come on. And they bust your balls. Like, one way you can do that. And then I feel like if everyone has them at the same time, as soon as you put your head back, your eyes are on the ceiling, you just piff that bitch over there and then quickly take it to your lip.
Make sure you don't hit your shoulder.
Yeah, that's probably the problem. I mean, I feel like the average person would probably just be like, ugh, and spill it on
you
himself.
spill it on yourself, you'd be spewing, stinking.
Guaranteed.
That's a loss and a big lull from everyone else.
I've never done that.
Yeah.
That's a risky move, dog.
I would try it. Depends on the situation, but I have had, there's always one
just
hard
put your napkin over it, man.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Soak it up with your napkin.
Yeah, shots are just like
84% of people on this thing says overrated.
Overrated? Yeah, because no one wants the shots. Like, I listen, on Drink Champs, I hear Nori's like, shot, we're doing a shot. I'm like, dude, chill. Like, you're just murdering your liver. Like, have a beer or something. Like, just sip, chill. What the fuck? You have to get, like, why do you, and by the end of the podcast, a 2-hour podcast, he's slurring, like, he can't talk. He's that drunk.
Yeah, he's definitely like me sometimes.
Like, yeah,
he's definitely more like fucked. Because, he has to host. Yeah, that's mainly just because I'm hot in this motherfucker. Like,
yeah, Yeah, it's that too. Yeah, fuck shots. Particularly if you're drinking fun. That's another thing you learn as you discover, like, good shit, period. You're like, why would I drink all that? Why would I just try and shot something? Because usually if it has to be drank that quick, it's not good.
It's not good, no.
Not always, but, you know, often.
More times.
So, like, wouldn't you want, like, if you want to sip a nice gin or whiskey, would you just, you know, put it in a glass and sip it? Like, do you have to, like... You're going to get pretty fucked up. It's straight liquor. Like, you know, if you sip that over 30 minutes or an hour, like, I don't know, don't you want to just sip something? What are you going to have after you have this shot? I don't know. It just seems like...
It's pretty redundant.
Short-sighted.
Asking for dramas, mate.
I don't fucking like it. And with that said...
Not at all, eh? Do you have a button for that?
Yes.
I don't like it. Should get Pauline Hanson fucking slag.
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay? No, the Pauline Hanson Dan is a racist politician from Australia, and she needs to not be around. But she's around, and that she used to say, "I don't like it," like a bitch, and she's like the ultimate Karen.
Do you understand?
Very, very
Unfucking believable. You always do this to me.
You know the vibes. You know. So with that said, guys, I think that's about it for episode 59. We back. Hopefully, you know, everyone.
Hopefully,
well,
everyone else is
healthy.
back too.
You know, we'll be doing. Let us know what y'all think. If you want us to go back to the lives, or you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Do some comments on that.
Yeah, you know, where can everyone find you?
Thanks for making
online?
it this far.
Yeah, right. Shit. Yeah, doing them all right. Nosh, where can everyone find you?
Friends can find me at Notion Baby on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. At Ill Note Studios on Instagram and Facebook. illnotestudios.com, notionbeats.com. Holla at your motherfucking boy. Dan?
I, Dan Johnson, on Instagram and Twitter, and HTFGXMING on Twitch and Instagram, where I'm almost on 700 followers.
Hey.
But I might be streaming tonight, so whoever's, you know, whatever.
Stream
Every
out.
Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday. Try Saturday.
No.
And Friday, maybe. I don't know. Almost every day. Who knows? And what about you?
Yes, just before I tell you, let's take the thumbnail, because last time we forgot.
Yes.
Okay, you ready?
Ready?
There she is. So y'all can get me at CEEFOR on Instagram and Twitter. And guys, thank you so much for watching and listening. If you enjoyed the episode, smash the thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit the notification bell. So you know when the new news drops. Follow us on social media everywhere at The Movement Fam. We will be posting these podcasts on Mondays. We're going to basically schedule it for like probably 8 p.m. Eastern, I think, just so it's the same time as everything else. Might even set it as a premiere so that people can watch it so it feels live too. Might just do that. Maybe I'll test it. We'll test a couple of things, but I don't know. So far, we're going to test a few and see what works, and you know, so that we can be more flexible with the time. And if people do miss a live, maybe just occasionally, if people really want the live, we could just do an occasional live podcast every couple of
Milestone
months.
episodes will go live.
That's probably not a bad idea.
So maybe guest episodes.
See how she goes.
Oh, guest episodes could be an option too.
Yeah.
So, boom. All right, boys. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next one.
Get it in ya.
Get
Have a
a
nice
cock
time.
in ya. Get
it
a
in
cock
ya.
in ya.
Valentine's.
Get a cock in ya.
Hey,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
maybe
Get a
not.
cock in ya.
Yeah, you could if you want. Oh, what? Goose, cunt. What? Goose, cunt. Dip-a-doo. Catch a cat.